Join me on this side, Chris. You are my right-hand man after all. Let us kneel. All right, today we're going to be talking about Pancake Guard again. So we talked about this probably 4 or 5 months ago. Pancake Guard is sort of a defensive movement that eliminates the need for a lot of shrimping and the normal traditional escapes and recoveries that you might do. So it's a grip that you can use to recover when someone is almost past your guard. And there's a lot of movements like this. The Pancake Guard works in tandem with something called baby hooks. Jen, baby hooks are what we're going to be using today, and I'm going to show you what those are a little bit later. So Pancake Guard and baby hooks are two different concepts. So it's a guard and it's a way that you move your feet to recover and get back to guard when someone is putting a lot of pressure on you or potentially past your guard. And it all starts with a cross grip. So first, let's talk a little bit about cross grip as a guard that you can attack from. So if Chris is on top and I'm playing guard, I have all my usual grips I can do. And then one that's not quite as commonly used, at least not in our gym yet, is the cross grip. So a cross grip is very useful because this is his right hand. So this is his strong hand usually. 70-ish% of the time people are going to lead with this strong hand, and this is the hand that we want to control because that's the hand he's going to be trying to grab my collar or throw my legs by or do something with. So by controlling it first, it stops his hand from being able to grab my sleeve. So his right hand, it's very difficult for him to reach and grab my sleeve. So I have an advantage here because my right hand is controlling his right hand. So I get to grab him, but he doesn't get to grab me. And that should be my primary goal, is when I grab a cross grip to not ever let him use his right hand on my leg, on my collar, or anywhere that he can have control. So I'm trying to keep it away from my grips, my belt, anything that he would normally grab. So from a seated position, it's not that effective, okay? That's not really what we would want. You usually use cross grip when you're in a prone position down like this, and I would control his arm, and you can use this to set up all sorts of attacks, the most effective being the triangle, where I grab inside the armpit here like this, I extend my foot into his hip, and then he feels the pressure on that hip, and he would reach up and try and push this leg off with his hand, and when he does that, it's an easy triangle setup. So that's a very simple way to use the cross grip. I think we call that laser guard on our website. So cross grip is very effective as a movement, but one of the unique abilities that this gives you is when he passes my guard. So say he passes to this side here. Go ahead, no, yeah, over there is fine. Like this, I have the ability to stop him from connecting his hands. So if he moves around to my back and starts to try and take my back and gets like an underhook on this side and wants to connect his hands, this is what he wants, right? But by having the cross grip, as he does that same motion, go ahead all the way around, Chris, I can keep this arm away, and it leaves him in kind of an awkward position where he can't connect his hands. And if he can't connect his hands, he's in a weird, like in-between back take. Because, stay there, Chris, for a second. If he continues to try and take my back and start to throw hooks in, and go ahead and take my back fully here, yep, like this. If he tries to take my back, he doesn't have the ability to actually control my torso. So I can really easily be twisting to face him. Because what is he controlling me with? Only his legs and his one arm. So this works in both directions here, because if he can't connect his hands together here, it's pretty easy for me to use my feet to kind of like unhook his hooks, and I can turn in or out without much control. But if I don't have that, you can see how I get pretty locked in place, and now my shoulders are controlled and I can't turn one way or the other. Even if he doesn't have hooks, if he has this seatbelt grip pretty tight here, go ahead, keep that seatbelt grip. I can't turn away, I can't turn in, I'm controlled, okay? So what we're trying to do is stop him from having that control with just this grip. So that's kind of the concept we're going to be looking for. I'm going to show you how to apply that now, but that's the basic idea, is not letting his hands connect ever by keeping this hand away, all right? So go ahead and come back over here, Chris. So let's say we're not starting in a cross grip guard. We're just playing normal guard, maybe a collar control or something like this, and Chris goes into a guard pass and he starts to side smash me. So I come in here to side smash. My legs are getting compressed, and I'm in a tricky situation where if I don't do anything, he's probably going to be able to pass my guard. And once he passes my guard, he's going to connect his hands either around my head and shoulder in like a side smash position, or shoulder pressure, or turning it into a back take. So he wants to connect those hands at some point. My job is, when I start to feel that my guard is getting compressed and I know that this isn't going to end well, I'm going to focus on getting this one hand, breaking that grip, and keeping this hand away here. So now we've entered sort of a limbo zone where if he passes my guard, I can expose my back without having to worry about being controlled, because as I get up to my elbow, he tries to get some sort of control either under my arm or commonly over. They like to do this, but what you'll find is even if he grabs the choke, he's not able to finish it because nothing's going to stop me from turning into the choke. So as he tries to throw his hooks, I can easily be turning and creating weird scrambles where I'm not actually controlled. You have mobility and you have movement. So the very first thing we're going to try is the partner on top is going to step into like the headquarters position here like this, just like this, and then he's going to go into side smash. And when he goes into side smash, I'm going to be breaking his grip off my collar with both hands, either by gripping like this, or if that feels weird, like you can't reach it, go inside and create a frame to break that away. I then extend his arm away. I'm going to get up to my elbow, and as he circles to my back, I have two options. I can turn this way or into him. So for the first one, just to keep it simple, we're just going to bring his arm over my head, and I'm going to switch my feet and just turn up and recover, and then sit back to guard. Then we reset. He puts me in headquarters position, goes to side smash. I break this grip, extend away. He passes my guard. I get up to my elbow, bring it all the way through, and recover right into a cross sleeve control. Okay? Does that make sense? So that was a lot of context just to do that movement. So he's passing, side smash, break the grip, sleeve, bring it over your head and face him. Any questions? All right, let's try it. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Go back to guard, not on your knees. Sit back right into guard. Yeah. Go ahead and work in with this group over here, please. Oh, you got your partner? Okay. Yeah, you extend that left leg straight and go onto your left hip as much as possible. This is actually not a side smash. Side smash is like this. So we're here in this position. If this leg is through, I side smash this way. So you were on this side actually, so we're gonna be here. I bring her legs across and I put my knee through and I grab this collar. And then Emma is gonna grab cross grip and break that grip. Exactly. And I'm gonna circle to this side, and Emma brings it up over her head and then re-pulls. Yep, just like that, controlling, and then put your foot in my hip. Yep, and then grab inside the armpit. It's actually, sorry, this foot in this hip. Yeah, like that, that's the one.
What was I doing wrong?
You were gripping like this, like a knee cut with her knee here. This is like knee cut position. Side smashes with the leg like this, with this hand on the collar, putting pressure. And, yeah. Other grip, it's the left hand. Yep, and your right hand goes around her hip. Yeah, that's a side smash. There it is.
Grip when they're in the side smash? Because I feel like
Let's see what's happening.
like against a strong like I feel like I can't get like a good here I can, but
Yeah, I mean, you should always be able to break it. And if you can't break it, you need to block it before he gets the grip.
got it.
Yeah, and also that gripping on top isn't going to help you actually. You need that you need the grip on that one. And that actually makes it easier for you to break. But just because it's harder for you to break it on that top grip doesn't mean it's better for you, because it doesn't actually help you pull yourself into him, because there's just too much give on that lapel. So yeah, it's partially because he was grabbing the wrong lapel, and partially because, yeah. I would bring your hand on the inside and put it over your own wrist. Yeah, that can sometimes help.
Like the Bruno, like that's what Bruno was teaching in close guard.
What do you like? How do you avoid ending up here?
That's where you want to end up.
Really?
Yeah, that's why it's called Pancake Guard.
Okay.
You're fully pancaked down.
How do you rotate?
What?
You rotating
You bring it up over your head.
this way?
Yeah.
You just,
Exactly.
okay.
Yep.